Hey guys, you're not buying station wagons anymore. That's right, you are buying crossovers. Now, we have two examples of these vehicles. We have the 2019 Volvo V60 and we have the 2019 Hyundai Santa Fe. Now, these vehicles don't exactly compete, but we're using them to compare. And coming up next, we're going to find out why station wagons are dying a slow, painful death and crossovers are red hot. In this video, we're going to show you which one is sexier, which one is more utilitarian, and at the end of this video, we're going to show you which one is quicker and which one I would buy. Both of these vehicles are all about utility. So let me tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to hop into the front seat, the back seat, and open the trunk on each vehicle. And you're going to be able to see a big difference. Now, let's start with the Hyundai. First of all, bottom line for why a lot of people like crossovers is because the seating position is higher and it's easier to get in and out of. Example, my large American ass, simply pulling up here, boom, boom. Very easy to get into and a very comfortable interior, but we're gonna cover that in a moment. Back seat, I'm around 6'1". Back seat in this vehicle, once again, high seating position. Very easy for your invalid in-law to get in and out of a vehicle. Yep, like Roman. Boom, so much room. Seat reclines too, pretty cool, right? Tons of space. All right, let's go into the back. Now, one of the things about crossovers that some people do have an issue with is the high load-in height, because it is kind of sort of high. However, in terms of overall room, these things have a ton of it. Other than a minivan, you're not going to find vehicles that have much more space. Example, station wagon. Come on. Ready for the crucible? The pain? Here it comes. Because this is one thing that a lot of you guys do not like. Roman doesn't like it either. Apparently when he gets into this thing, he immediately has osteo issues. And I can almost see why. Because when you compare it to the crossover, wow, you're sitting so much lower. I think that you'd be lucky to get an Aventador that has slightly higher seating position. It is super low. Let's go to the back. Once again, around 6'1". Once again, gotta sit behind myself. Oh! Ah! Cramp! Ah! Ah! All right, shoes off, because I cannot get my foot under the seat with my shoe on. There's not a lot of room under the seat for feet, but leg room is not great. Headroom's okay, a little bit's there. Seats don't recline. Yeah, it's been a party. Okay, let's get the hell out of here. Sorry, folks. Glad I was able to pull my shoe off. Mike, I literally cannot get out of here without you moving the seat forward. My foot is stuck.
Oh my God. Nathan, how'd you get stuck in the Volvo?
I got stuck in the Volvo.
Still stuck?
Hold on, a little bit more. Ah, I got it. No, I got it. Oh, the joys. Okay, so we've proven that it's a little tighter in there. But what about the trunk? Now the thing is, there's an additional 20 cubic feet of space, roughly, available in the crossover. It's another problem with station wagons. It's beautiful, but it has a really low roof. Fortunately, it's a good looking interior too. And it has this optional dog gate thing, which is absolutely cool. It's a real trick. Folds out. Yep, that's an option, and it's a cool one. Unfortunately, not a ton of space. But there is something. If you have a dog, or if you're really short, having this low loading space, which is considerably lower than the crossover and most crossovers, is a good thing. Poochie jumps up, Poochie jumps down, easy. Now, being that this is a European vehicle, the Swedish have given us a 350-liter pod. It's cool, it's got Volvo written on there, it's nice looking, really good for skis. And one real attribute to having a wagon is the fact that they are very low. And because of that, ta-da, you can actually reach most of the stuff that's in here. Now, if this roof pod was on top of that Hyundai, you would not be able to reach most of it without opening the door and then standing on a seat. So there's a positive. Now, tech, yeah, everybody's got tons of tech, but these two vehicles have some unique things going on, and this one in particular has something really cool. I have kids, so I do worry about accidentally locking them in the car and walking away. I also have dogs, same issue. So they have a sensor in here that when you lock the doors, if it detects movement inside the vehicle, it will trigger the car's horn. Check it out. Mikey has the key, so he's going to trigger the lock. All right. Should still be getting bars, so he's going to lock the doors. Whenever he decides to come off his ivory tower and actually lock the doors, there he goes. All right. Going to wait about 5 seconds. Starting to feel the heat. All right, I'm going to start waving my arms. Oh my goodness, I'm stuck in the car. Help me out. Moving around. Moving around. Still moving around. Come on, damn it. Kick in. There it goes. Yeah, it works. And there you go. So, nice little safety feature, and something that I think a lot of us would agree is nice to have and should be on all cars. Let's talk Volvo tech. Check it out. Now, first of all, you got this. Look down here. Starter. That's how you turn it on. Flip it again, and that's how you turn it off. Let me turn down the air, which takes half an hour. And that's part of the problem with the tech right there, is the fact that it looks really cool. And 4 years ago when this came out, it was kind of cool and modern, but it's a little bit on the slow side. It's a little clunky. So you increase the air, then it increases. Decrease the air, then it decreases. It takes a minute. Temperature control. I mean, everything's logically laid out, and it's a slick looking display. And then of course you can go and, go to your main menu. Fairly uncomplicated, just a little bit slow. And now it's a little long in tooth. Hyundai should be commended for making a vehicle that, while it looks from the profile like all the other crossovers, at least looks unique from the front end. They're going for a new grille, new nose. It's not exactly scintillating, but it's unique. However, when you look at the Volvo, you cannot deny how sexy the design is on the station wagon. It's low, it's sleek, it's got curves, it's got solid lines. Volvo is really good at making a very clean, very distinguished, very European design. And for that reason alone, they should be able to keep this vehicle afloat for a little while just based on the way it looks. All right, so we're coming off the sand and onto the pavement. And one of the things about the Hyundai that is absolutely awesome is its ride. It is very squishy, very compliant. But going around a corner, yeah, it's a little bit different. And part of the reason why is because it is so softly sprung that when it corners, it leans a lot when you really push it. If you're driving normal, it's no big deal. It's just a nice, comfortable car. But I mean, just a minor example right here, going around this corner. Not much of a corner, going 5 miles per hour. I can feel the front dip a little bit. I can feel the sides twist a little bit. Definitely not a European sports car. However, it does have one fun little party trick, and that is its 2-liter turbocharged engine. Hyundai is known for building very powerful turbocharged engines, and this is absolutely a powerful engine. It's interesting. I'm curious to see how it does when we drag race it against the Volvo. In the Volvo, everything's different. It's like driving a sports car by comparison. First of all, the ride. It is a European vehicle and it feels like one. You feel bumps to a certain degree, but they've managed to take all that energy and disperse it in such a way to where you don't really feel it. It doesn't upset the balance of the vehicle, and that's huge. Now, what's funny is that the steering effort in the Volvo is actually less than in the Hyundai, which I prefer. I prefer a heavy steering wheel. Not everybody does. So when you put effort into the turn, yeah, I mean, it's nice, but it's definitely not the same as the Hyundai. Very interesting. Now, overall comfort, not as good as the Hyundai. This seat is kind of restrictive, not the most comfortable. With all that being said, it's quick. That twin charged engine, which is basically a supercharger and a turbocharger, mitigates a lot of the type of drag you would get out of a regular turbocharged engine. You get lag when you have a turbocharged engine, right? Well, altogether, they're very different vehicles, and I am curious to see how they do on the drag strip. Check it out. It's a 235 horsepower turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. It's a 2-liter that puts out 260 pound-feet of torque. Now, it's hooked up to an 8-speed automatic transmission, feeding all 4 wheels, and this vehicle has a center locking diff. So it's a little bit more off-roady than your average crossover. Because of all this stuff, and if you look at its profile, it doesn't get great mileage. Combined 21 mpg. Behold, Swedish awesomeness in the form of a 2-liter twin-charged 4-cylinder engine that puts out 316 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque. Now, it is hooked up to an 8-speed automatic transmission, and it is an all-wheel drive vehicle. However, it also gets much better gas mileage, 25 mpg combined. Now, consider the fact that this is a much lower, much more aerodynamic vehicle. So the real cool part here is that it is the same size, same displacement engine, but it's more powerful and more efficient. All right, guys, we're at a drag strip. Why? Because we want to drag these two cars legally, and what better place to do it? Now, I need somebody else to drive the other vehicle, so I brought in my fake proxy son, Mikey, to drive the other car.
Here in the Volvo, so I'm feeling good about this race because I have a distinct horsepower advantage, 316 horsepower to about 235. The weight is actually surprisingly close. This wagon weighs very close to 4,000 pounds. That Hyundai is a little over 4,000 pounds. Things are looking good for the Volvo. I am going to put it into what Volvo calls dynamic mode for high performance driving.
Drag race time. I have Mikey driving the Volvo, and what we'll do is we'll do a run and then we'll switch and do another run. These aren't exactly drag cars, but it's 55 degrees outside, track is dry, there's pretty much no wind, so optimum conditions. So I shut the traction control off, and I'm in sport mode. There's a couple modes, sport's one of them. I have a feeling the Volvo will be quicker, but the question is for me, how much quicker? I don't think it's gonna be that much quicker. And away we go.
Oh, like a scolded cat goes the Volvo. Holy crap. Gone forever.
It's weird, it just does that hang up thing. Okay, he absolutely whoops my butt.
The seatbelt got so tight.
Okay, so the more powerful vehicle with 2 types of induction was faster. That's a surprise.
Hot take, Nathan. More horsepower makes for a faster vehicle.
That's crazy.
These two weigh about the same amount. And I was curious if brake torquing would help because we noticed there was a lot of lag off the line when you're just driving normally. And yeah, brake torquing helps. This thing took off like a bat out of hell.
Yeah, this thing took off okay for a second, but then it got hung up changing gears. I don't know what to do about that. I've tried manual mode, I've tried everything. It's really weird.
Yeah, strange. Well, should we swap drivers?
Yeah, let's try it again. Of course, I'll be really pissed off if he beats me driving this and I'm driving the Volvo, but I don't really think it's going to be an issue. Once you sit inside the Volvo, it's kind of like sitting in a sports car. You really do sit very low. So it would be a bummer if I lost sitting in a low, sporty, muscular car next to a crossover.
Okay, well, I don't think this is gonna go well because I've just driven the Volvo and I know how fast it is, and it's much faster than this.
And away we go. Hey, he's moving this time. And jeez, this thing is fast.
Oh, we had such an even launch. That Volvo is just gone. And oh, by a mile. Like, it's not even close.
It's not just quick, it's legitimately fast.
It's not even close. Like, that thing, okay, let's be clear here, right? You are currently sitting in a Volvo wagon.
Yep.
With a roof box.
With the roof box.
You just took off like a bat out of hell. Just gone.
This thing is much more geared towards performance, and that's kind of the bottom line. That's comfort, this is performance. Well, guys, I really hope this helped inform you about the differences between the two vehicles, something that you could actually see and experience a little bit. Now, they're both great, and I love that Volvo. Don't get me wrong, it is beautiful, but before I get to which one I would buy with my own money, we need to talk about pricing because there is a major difference. I'm sure you're curious. That Volvo, as it stands, with all of those goodies on it, is approaching $50,000. This Hyundai, as it stands, is around $40,000. Major difference. Bottom line, I'd buy the Hyundai. I have kids, I've got dogs, I've got stuff, I've got an angry wife, I've got things that I have to put into a vehicle, and frankly, I want to be comfortable in the vehicle, and this has a fantastic interior. So, I hope that helps you guys a little bit with your future selections. And I also hope that you guys find a wagon that suits you, that perhaps is a little bit more fun. Nah, it's not gonna be more fun than this Volvo. This Volvo's a lot of fun. Thanks for joining me for the Fast Lane Car. This is Nathan. I'll see you next time.